Okay, so today I'm gonna make a overflowing, I would say overflowing fan. Um, Very easy and simple. Have you ever my Gram's always cooking pasta for me, and it always overflow when she was doing things. So I'm going to solve it for her by making a fan, but it's going to be a flexible fan, like a gooseneck fan. Um, so that way it would uh, make things easier, and she don't have to be here to attend that or turn off the thing. Blah 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 blah. I'll show you the concept in a minute after you're done. After I'm done with this project. It is a very simple project. My goal is to get the fan, like this is a computer fan, and it goes into this goosenecks here. This has come from a gooseneck light, as you can see, like right here. That's what it looks like. So I'm going to take it apart, and when you take it apart, there's a little thing here that you can put in, and there's actually a screw that hold on to it as well. There's a screw right there, so it's like a screw in type. And then you would need a connector for positive and negative, and then you need a base. In my case, there's a broken lid here because it fell down, so there's a dent right there. So I'm going to use that as my base. I was going to use this as my base as well, like the concept. It's just to drill the hole, put it in there, and then I'll have my gooseneck, blah 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 blah. Anyway, you just need a soldering iron and some solder, really. That's it, just to solder this part together. But you don't really need to, because mostly it can be done without soldering. Like you see those screws in there, that's positive and negative, and I'm going to use the same wire that comes with this as well. Like, see how when you take it apart, you see this wire right here, positive and negative right there. And then you would need a drill bit to drill 2 holes. I didn't align it too well on this one, so I drill a deeper hole, but now I have to drill this one so it can align to here. You see the concept in a minute when I'm done. So anyway, I'm going to put you on a tripod so I can continue. Okay, so now I cut this out, and it's positive and negative, and I took the screw out from here as well. You see that little screw right there. So now I'm gonna put in the negative here. I'm just gonna make a round thing here and put that in around the screw. So that's my negative connection. Oops. That's my negative connection. Sorry, off camera here. Well, I'll just tell you the basic. You just put that in there. Let's see that. You can solder it too if you want, but like I said, this project doesn't need to be soldered. So I'm just gonna make a long thing like this and tie around the screw and then put it in. See, just like that. I'm just gonna wind it in this screw right here. Let me get off the camera for a second and do it, and then I'll show you. Kind of hard to work with the camera, but see, just wind it like that on the screw and screw it in. So now let me find that, put that in there, and then I'll show you in the camera what I do to it so you can see. Probably be easier to solder because it'll take you 2 seconds to do it. But then you're working with aluminum too. It's kind of hard to solder aluminum, and plus there's you have to adjust the wire too, so it's kind of hard in a way, because remember, you're doing this on your own. you're designing it, so it's gonna be a little tough when you're designing your own stuff. Trying to put this wire in. Hang on. Have you noticed my voice actually changed in the Faraday cage too? I don't know if you've seen my other video. My voice actually changed. When I was in there, I was surprised to see how it changes. But anyway, so I got that in. Let me look at the... I got that in right there. Okay, so now I'm going to do positive. Sorry I'm off camera here because my soldering iron is on. I don't want to go close to it. So you're going to have to deal with me off camera while I'm talking here. It's pretty easy anyway. It's not anything new or hard. Just doing basic stuff really. You know what I'm gonna... There's a metal piece right here. Maybe I should solder onto that. It'll probably be easier. You can unscrew it because they use screws to do this. See that hole? I'll show you so you can see the concept. See, I put it on this thing. So literally, I can just solder right on that and then put it on. But I'm not gonna do it. It would be easier for me just to wind it through here. See? If I just wind it, like take this and wind it round and round and round, and then screw it in. Oops, off camera again. I'm no good with this camera. Okay, so I got it in. Let me get off camera for a little bit again, and then put it in and see. I know it's kind of hard to, kind of hard to work in the camera in the small spaces. I don't know how people do it. Anyway, let me get off the camera for a second. Hang on. So honestly, I don't know how people do it. Maybe I just have to perfect my craft, I guess. But my tripod is kind of messed up as well. It's better for me to do it really close here and then show it to you. And I'm trying to like make it instructional videos, you know, so people can follow, but I'm not good at that. Okay, if you look at it really close, you see that? That's what I put in right there, the centerpiece. And then this one, the negative, is outside. And before I do that, I have already marked which one is positive and negative already, like here. So we can test this out to see if this moves. This is positive inside here. Whoops, again. Positive inside here. Whoops. Oh no, I don't want to touch that. See what I mean about this, because this thing is hot. So let me put this in and see if it works. Okay. Now let's see the fan gonna turn on. Okay, the fan turns on, so we know the connection is good. So now I pre-drilled this ahead of time. See it? Remember I said I made a mistake earlier. I drilled that hole too low. So I drilled 2 more holes over here. So now I'm just gonna match that to that. See it? And then I'm gonna put the screw in. So let me move away the camera a little bit. Maybe you can see it. But this project is easy. Now we'll just put it into here. Where's the screw? Okay, there's a screw hole right there. So I got that in. Now I have to do the other side. Basically, you're just putting it together now. See, I did the other side. Oops, oh my. I told you, I'm not good with this thing. my screw just fell into the soldering paste. Now I got soldering paste all over. So I just put it in the other screw. Now look at it, all nice. See it? Oh, nice. Now the next part is that we're going to drop it in here onto the lid. But before I do that, I have this washer. So I'm going to try to put it in there. I don't know if the washer would work, because the washer's a little bit smaller. I don't know if it will work, but I'm going to try it. If not, I can use without. My goal is to put the washer in and put it in there. So I'm going to try to sneak that in there. Nope, the washer's kind of big. I would have to drill it. I can do without. So I'm just going to stick it in through here. I'll move the camera a little bit. Right there. And then I'm just going to put the screw that came with the thing in there. And screw it in. And done. See? Now I have my base. I'm just gonna take a plier and screw it in just a little bit extra. Now I have my base. Let me let you see my base. Okay. And then now I just have to put in my other part. Now it's actually big and small. You see how the gooseneck looking? Okay. Now we're going to put in the, it would be better if you have two washers. Now I'm just going to put my connector in right here. You see this? You're going to need a connector because it goes from there, and then you would have to plug it into here to get your power. Okay, so that's where you're going to need your soldering really quick. Maybe I can zoom it in a little bit. Can I? No? Okay, I don't know if I can or not, but it doesn't matter. Now I'm just gonna put this into here, and then the positive, I found out the positive is the longer one and the short is the other one. So let's solder the negative first. And then solder the negative first. Put a little paste on there. And put it onto here. Or you just touch it. You don't have to do much. And then, oops, I think I saw the positive and the negative. Sorry. I don't think that's gonna work. Oops. The long one is the positive. Let me test it out first. Yep. The long one is the positive. So let me do this, the negative first. Oop, that's my meter beeping at me. Now I should cut this down a little bit, but I'm still learning how to edit videos. I should plan a little bit better, but I'm not good with planning that either. Sometimes I just do it on the spot. I just do things on the spot, like spontaneous. Like this here, I didn't know I was gonna film the video, but then I saw only like 1 or 2 videos that actually people using fan to do this. So I figured out, you know, it might be useful to somebody. Maybe they'll copy the same thing and maybe they'll do the same thing. Who knows? Okay, I need my cutter for that. Remember my famous cutter? Nail clipper. Nail clipper is actually the best wire cutter. Let me get my nail clipper. It is. Okay, I found this. I found my nail clipper. Okay, now I just have the positive. Put this positive inside here and touch it really fast. And I should be all set. Cut a little bit, put a little paste on it. Wow. Whoops, raining outside. Now I just put it on here. I'm gonna put a little paste on here because you can't really touch fast. With this stuff you have to like touch it really fast. And done. Now you just put this together in here and then plug in to test. And it's working. It's going towards this way. Remember, in the computer world, this way right here is always out. Oops. See that? And sometimes they'll have an arrow pointing, like an arrow will point the way, the direction of that. So now that's what it looks like. And I'm gonna move over a little bit. Let me shut this down. And the trick is, let me put this down. The trick is, when you're boiling pasta, I'm gonna pause the video so I can put some pasta in, and then we'll work on that. So you're gonna have to bear with me, and we're gonna see. Okay. Okay, here we go. I got this to boiling right now, and see the bubbles right there? There's another trick that that you can put this on and it'll try to stop, but it didn't work too well. So now I'm gonna turn my contraption on, my fan on, and see. Now it won't overflow. So that's how it's set up like. See, the fan just stays right there, and the gooseneck you'll be able to adjust accordingly. And then you see the base, that's where it sits, and I just plug it in from there. So now you can actually adjust to your liking too. See? Now there's no more overflowing. And look, you can go like that closer if you want, as long as you get the heat. It's not that hot at all here whatsoever. I don't feel any hot. I feel really cool. So if you want less, just bring it out a little bit. And let's try shutting it down and see if it's gonna overflow again. I'm gonna stir this up because starch is what make things overflow. See? We're gonna duplicate again. Uh-oh, here it comes. Uh-oh. Here comes all the bubbles. Uh-oh, here we go. I don't want to clean. I can see it's coming. Uh-oh. It's rising. Uh-oh, here we go. Once the starch is starting to go up. Uh-oh. I'm gonna try to stop it, okay? Because I don't feel like cleaning. Ta-da! It worked. You wanna go closer? The trick is to break up all the bubbles. And it worked. So now I don't have to worry about. And it's pretty easy. I don't know how much it cost. This fan here cost me $2. This thing here cost me $3. So that's $5. This little connector here, I bought a bunch of them for like maybe 20 cents each. And then the lid, I got it for free because the handle kind of broke off a little bit. So, and then it fell because it fell, so it broke a little bit. And then, so next thing I know, I'm gonna drill a little hole through here so I can feed the wire through, and then my connectors. You see that? So other than that, that's about it. This was, I think, it's like $2-3 somewhere there. It's only 1 amp, so it's pretty cheap. And I just plugged that in, as you saw me earlier making it. And now look, I don't have to worry about. You can bring it out a little bit if you want, like your heat, because it does blow the heat a little bit. But the thing is, what's good about it is it's adjustable, and it can adjust according to the height. See? And I don't have to worry. See? According to height, according to where you want. Like for instance, that's why I want it to blow. Now let's shut it down again. Test it one more time. Let's see the bubbles. I'm trying to create extra starch so the bubble will come up. I know my grandmother makes a lot of soup, and sometimes it will overflow. And also she cooked a lot of pasta. Almost every night we have pasta. Although I don't like gluten, but there's certain pasta I can eat. And then the rice pasta is even worse too. It will overboil. And if you put a lot in the pot, sometimes it will just overboil really fast. So she wanted me to solve it, and I kept standing here blowing onto it, and I'm tired of blowing onto it. So now I'm gonna make a fan. So I'm gonna solve this once and for all. And look, it's starting to bubble up. I'm not gonna clean, so I'm gonna put it up, because I have to clean so many times. And see, the bubble stops. Ta-da! I don't have to stand here and blow anymore. Just plug it in when it gets to a certain point. That's it. I should make an adjuster, like high and low. I would have to get a little switch thing that you can do high and low on it. Maybe connect it to here for high and low. Let's see how it's adjustable. You can adjust any way you want. You can spin this. See, high or low, or you don't really need that switch if you want to save money. Just bring it out a little bit. See? If you bring that out a little bit, then you don't have to worry about it blowing too much. And then if you have a higher pot, if you have a higher pot, you can bring this out higher. If you have a small pot like this one, you can bring it lower. And that's why I chose the gooseneck. That's what they call these, gooseneck. You can probably make them out of lamp base too. That's another idea. A lamp base, yeah, that's another idea right there. It'll be cheaper. Walmart selling for like $5.99 for the whole lamp base. So you don't have to buy the base or anything. You just have to reconfigure the voltage and then put a fan in just like that too. I don't want to clean up, so I'm going to stop it. See? Now, no more boiling over. Anyway, I guess that's about it. I hope you enjoy this project. Like I said earlier, the people put a spoon on here to solve it. I didn't trust that method because they said that this has to be coated. This part right here has to be coated. And these are not coated, so. And plus I don't trust it. I don't trust putting a spoon over there. I think this is a better method, just to put a fan to solve this. Fan is a lot better because then you can adjust what you want and you don't lose a lot of heat for cooking this either. So it's kind of multi-purpose, I guess you can say. Oh, I had to zoom in. But yeah, I guess I solved. This is one of the projects that I wanted to do for a long time, and I guess I solved it. I wanted to solve this for a long time because sometimes I would just have to stand here and stir to get the bubble through. See how you stir to get the bubble through? And I don't have time to stand here and stir. And then I have to stand here, and sometimes it will overflow, like soups and stuff. It will right overflow. So I stand here and blow on it. And I said, okay, what if I just have a fan? So now I made it, and it will solve it for me. See, I don't have to stand here no more. Anyway, I guess that's about it.